Welcome everyone to the L7C podcast, My Hero Academia edition. If you've made it to this episode, you've made it to the part three of the Omega My Hero Academia month in terms of podcasts. First part, we talked about the last 5 episodes of season seven. The second part, we talked about the movie. This part, we're just talking about season seven in a retrospective. Things we liked, our favorite moments, just things about season seven. We have the My Hero enthusiast with us, Andrea Alanese. How are you feeling?
I am feeling like my hero overload is not a thing because I am still excited to talk more about season seven as more comments about season seven came up during our second episode recording in this little trilogy of evenings. Um, oh my goodness, season seven was after watching the finale today. I did only watch it today.
Hmm.
Um, it does make me wonder if this season's the best since for me personally, the Shia Hisakai arc. Like I everything's really falling into place. Things are have been wrapped up, storylines have been cleaned up. I won't say cleaned up, have been ended in a way that's done masterfully that I'm just like, damn, is this the best season? Is it? I haven't fully decided if it is my favorite season out of all of them, but it makes a really strong case for itself. It was a really well done season.
Well, let's go there because that is the debate. I mean, what for you objectively is it gonna make it the best season? Is it gonna because last year season six got nominated for awards in
Oh,
America?
this will absolutely be nominated for awards as well. If not, I will riot. I will
So
pick it. I will whatever.
is it award nominations? Is it like because like where you is because I like an award recognition. My Hero is getting recognized every single week when the episodes were coming out. I mean, some of them were just one or two words, and the whole world knew what you're talking about. Light fades to rain. The whole world, everyone just tweeting Bakugo's name,
Yep.
first
Yep.
and last name, like stuff like that, or I am here. Everyone tweeting I am here, like just stuff like that. I feel like this season tied up so many. It didn't take the foot off the brake. Like season
No.
six was going and going, and they were like, "Yeah, we're not stopping."
No. We're not taking a break. We're not taking a pit stop. Some of the lowest rated episodes in this season are when we're going over who the traitor was and like what to do next. And I swear that's only a low rating because there's no action and there's no definite tie off to a storyline.
It's crazy too because that's probably one of my top five favorite episodes about
Really?
the traitor is because I think for me,
Hmm.
and I literally, and you've done it, you did it too. We worked at the same place. Like investigatory stuff was our job,
Yes, it
and
was.
the fact that when you find out the traitor and you're laying out all the stuff and I'm sitting here like it's almost been 10 years. How did I not pick up at that? How did
Right.
I not pick up that he was not in the first incident at UA? Why did I not pick up he was never there when villains attacked because he got the heads up not to like why did I not pick up on that stuff? And then it
Right.
even shows more stuff like when they're talking about the traitor in the manga, and they're like, "Oh, who could it be?" And then like the I don't have any of the books, but like the book cover thing, like that middle part
Yeah.
that holds the book together, they had his fucking picture on it. They were telling you this whole
Whole
time,
time. The
but like
whole time.
that volume at the
Oh,
beginning, and you didn't pick up on it. And it's just like hearing that revelation, it was almost like it was like Dobby Dance type to me because it's
you're
like
right.
seeing
It
all
was
those clues, I was
huge.
just like I cannot believe
Damn.
I didn't pick up on this. And then they're showing the flashbacks of him not being there at the first raid or him not being there when they were attacked in the training thing because he got the
He knew
tip.
they were coming, so he was hiding and he was
Yep.
staying out of the way.
Yeah, that revelation was crazy because I'm just like that's one of my favorite episodes just because of the masterful manga telling from him and
Yes.
showing that he has left clues for us for 7 going on 8 years and none of us picked up on it.
Also in the trickery of it in the sense of like, okay, to be fair, I feel like a lot of us were on felt like it could be him after those cheese messages.
Uh-huh.
But then the explanation behind it being like, oh, I also understand, having a quirk that just doesn't feel compatible with your body. And to me, I wrote that off as like, oh, that's so sweet, how nice, and not picking up that's an extra major big old sign saying
Yep.
my quirk does not belong to me,
Yep.
just like yours. Like,
Yep.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. I did have that spoiled for me. That was one of the manga spoilers I did see.
Hmm.
I saw a panel where they were talking to Aoyama about how it was the panel where Deku was telling Aoyama, "You can still be a hero." So for me, it's like, wait, he can still be here. That means he has to have done something bad. So to me, the traitor. I also had the Bakugo panel ruined for me a year ago.
Hmm.
It took everything within my soul not to go ahead and read that manga and like get the whole story and Google if he died or not a year ago. Yeah. Yeah. So that took a lot of restraint. But
So there was no episode under the lowest was a 7, but there was also a stretch where they were getting 8 and 9 aboves, right?
oh yeah. Oh heck yeah. Because yeah, the lowest one is a 7.1 and it's the episode after they reveal
Okay.
him as the traitor. Because the episode that he is named the traitor is an 8.
Okay. Okay.
8.0. Yeah. But yeah, no, there's a lot of nines and a lot of upper eights rankings. Um, yeah, I will personally say I'm disappointed in the Shoji Together rating of an 8.1. I feel like for world building and
Yeah.
understanding of the struggles and strife within the world that we weren't necessarily privy to, like in
Hmm.
full view throughout the anime, it
Yep.
was really important and really impactful. But I will say, like, I did a whole almost 3 hour podcast talking about this freaking family. So of course my favorite episode in this season is gonna be I Am Here. I was basically crying the entire episode. That entire episode audibly. Like, yeah. It was not a pretty sight, but it was just I could not have foreseen, I did not foresee how Hirokoshi would tie up these loose endings. I fully did not expect Dobby to have that revelation and internal, realization of like, wow, all I ever actually wanted was for my family to see me and love me. And I probably didn't have to actually like kill people and threaten to blow up a freaking city block worth of people to get this feeling of satisfaction that I'm feeling in this moment. Yeah, no, that's absolutely my favorite episode. Absolutely my favorite episode.
What were some of your other favorite ones?
A girl's ego, believe it or not, also I feel like rated rather lowly at an 8.7. I understand some of the concerns, I guess, but overall, digging again, same thing as in Dobby's story, is digging underneath all of that rage, all of that hurt, the twisted actions that they've done out of those feelings to get into what their true underlying needs are, what their true feelings are. And it was just really this comes out more in Battle Without a Quirk. And where Toga's talking about how, like, well, maybe if her experiences hadn't been the way that they had been, maybe she would have wanted to continue to love people and want to become them and give them blood instead of take blood from them. And oh, I just feel like it wrapped up in a beautiful way. I don't think Toga surviving. I think for her story, I think it's actually better that she doesn't, in the sense of she's right, that she's sacrificing herself because she's choosing to, she's doing it for somebody she loves, but she's also then committed to living her life her way,
Hmm.
not the way society wants her to. And so in her final choices, it's leading her to an early grave to potentially save a hero's life, her hero's life, And not just because they're a hero and a good person, but because they saw her, they understood, they took the time to understand her and reach her arm out. I'll be literal, an arm out to her to potentially. I mean, she directly asked, and Uraraka confirmed, was like, if they arrested me, would you have come and given me your blood for the rest of my life? And Uraraka said, yeah. And I totally believe that, which is amazing. So that's also one of my favorite episodes.
Man, they got you on the final five
I know they were, and that's
back to
that's
back.
right before we started recording this. I literally said, for me, just like how fucking insane these last few episodes have been, it was really hard for me to remember all the shit that's happened in the beginning of the season. It almost feels like a separate season, but it's all so good.
Mhm.
My next one up for me, and it's probably like it's like a close second. It is right behind A Girl's Ego. The chain thus far fucking popping up with Gentle Criminal, La Brava, Lady Nagant shot
The
right at the
one
last
stuff
moment. The
no
end of
one
it.
saw coming.
Oh
No one
my
saw coming.
God. That was so good. Shot heard around the world right there. Wow. Light Fades to Rain. I don't want to put it as my top episode because it's just so sad. But it probably should be, honestly, my second episode. I take that back. It is my second episode above A Girl's Ego. That's a close third.
Hmm.
And a close fourth is The Chain thus far as Light Fades to Rain. It was almost a perfect episode. It was almost perfect.
It was
And
the most talked about one. I don't know, like that episode was universally praised.
and I don't know about you. I did have it spoiled for me,
Hmm.
but even if I hadn't had it spoiled, part of me didn't believe that it actually was a thing. Like I saw the panel and I was thinking like, okay, somebody patches him up and he's back on his feet like right away.
Hmm.
So then having that animated, seeing that, hearing the music, seeing him have that like, internal plane or whatever you want to call that sphere where he's talking to All Might's vestige of like, hey, so I've always been kind of a prick, but I've always also really wanted your autograph. I was just too proud to like, ask you for it. And then that card is crumpled, covered in
Hmm.
blood right next to him. It was gut wrenching. I was crying. And Bakugo's not even my favorite character. I just hadn't realized that within the past 3 seasons, 2 seasons, that he has become one of my favorite characters. I'm just so
Hmm.
attached to him that it would hurt that bad.
Hmm. Hmm.
I I hope Edge Shot is successful. I was hoping we would see something relating to closer to resolution about that before this season ended, but we didn't. And oh wow, that
So,
was yeah,
so you have two more because you said the ego one, the girls, Uraraka and Toga's episode, the Todoroki one, Light Fates Terrain,
the chain thus far, and I have one
Chain
more
this
for a
far. You
top
have one
five.
more, one more.
I have one more. The next biggest one. I think it would be Battle. Wait, no, hold on. Close friend and who's like I gotta relook at all of this. Hold on. Um uh there's so many, Martin. I picked the whole season. Oh God. Number five. Number number five.
Because then, so those are your episodes, and then we can do moments too, like specific
Okay.
moments
Thank
to help
God. I
you
was like,
out.
wait. No, no. Um,
Some of my favorite moments didn't happen in my favorite episodes.
that's fair. Okay. That's essentially what I was thinking with the one I was about to say, but I was like, no. Um, I think probably, I think it might actually be Division. It's not one of the top rated episodes. It's rated an 8.7.
Hmm.
To me, that was a peak episode in the sense of we see that this plan, it can actually be put in motion. We can actually do this. Like this is happening. Monema's getting his shining main character moment, copying quirks, erasing Shigaraki's quirk, being a rock and cornerstone for their fight plan, and just all of these different characters having their roles to play, and it sets all of that up for the rest of the season. So I think Division would have to be my favorite episode for number five. Yeah, in the
Okay.
five spot.
So number one.
Hmm.
So I guess I'll do one and five because I already talked about them. So five is a traitor because I've been waiting almost 10 years to find out who it is. And I already talked about how great it was. So that one. Number one, Light Face Terrain, because I did not expect that episode to just go absolutely as crazy as it did and for what happened and the world's
Hmm.
reaction to seeing what happened. And like it was just, you don't see that from the second main antagonist. I mean, second main protagonist to
Right,
basically be dead. Like,
right.
like
No, like
before the main
everybody
character
sounds.
even gets there.
Hmm.
So,
It's not like Yamcha rolling up to the fight, getting put in the dirt. This is Vegeta. This is
dying
Vegeta who
before.
we've come to know and love and cherish, even though he's a little mean. Um, Getting killed before Goku can show up. Like it's monumental. It was monumental. It is monumental.
I mean, you just put it in the terms because we always compare it. This is literally like if Sasuke died before they even fought.
Yeah, the
Before they
last
fought,
battle.
yeah, before
Yeah.
they fought the last battle, before they fought Kaguya or Madara. This is exactly what
Hmm.
it is, right? Because he's like, wait, he died middle. That was the middle of the halfway point. So it's like
Right.
he's been dead for almost 10 episodes, pretty much darn near. But
Right.
those are my one and five. Number two episode. It's man, this is actually very because I'm putting these in
Oh, it's
order.
hard. It's hard as fuck, Martin. Like it is really hard to pick your top five because you look at the one.
I'll go to four because you didn't
Okay.
put this one at four. And
Okay.
I'm so shocked because I've never seen you this
I
happy on a
hate.
two
Uh.
flash fires when you
Okay.
thought Shoto won. Like I'll put
Yep.
because I was just like, oh
Yep.
my God, he beat
Yep.
Davi. So I'll put that at
I know.
four. Um,
I did think about putting that one in my top five, but I'm still low key salty that he didn't actually win that fight there. So
fair enough.
no.
Fair enough. Two, I would do I Am Here. That's number two.
Hmm.
So I did two, four. So my third, ooh, the right in the middle one.
Right in the middle.
I will throw because it could out together with Shoji. Because
Awesome.
seeing all the shit that he went through, I'm like, bro, you're sitting on the wrong side. You should be a villain. And then like
Right.
seeing like the human looking characters actually
Yep.
listen to the prejudice that their classmates felt that they've never seen.
Right.
And that was sad. And then like Coda, seeing Coda's mom's like, oh, if you know you want him having his awakening, that was
Yep.
great. It also leads into the other one, but like I would say those are my favorite five. Like, and there's
I
very I have an
I
honorable
wanted.
mention too. I have an
Okay.
honorable
Who
mention
else?
because
What else?
I'm not about to I'm not gonna disrespect the strongest woman we've ever seen when
Star and Stripe.
hold
Yes.
up. Yep. In her
Yes.
fight. That's
That
honorable
it.
mention.
Yep. For sure. Because that was. Yep. I was really debating between that one and also together with Shoji as well.
Yep.
Because it's like it's so important, and I just talked about how it was criminally underrated. Oh, but I'm not putting it in my top five. Like, but yeah,
Honorable mention with that.
there's so many good. It's you don't have a bad episode in this
No.
bunch. You
No.
don't.
No.
You don't.
Now, from episodes to specific moments, what are what are your top five moments in this season?
Oh man, top five moments. Of course, All Might. Well, Iron All Might
Hmm.
versus All for One.
Okay.
God, that was amazing. I mean, it's not over, but just
No.
the suit up and the oh my goodness, yes. Of course, the closure for the Todoroki family.
Uh-huh.
Oh, um, say also one of my favorite moments was, Uraraka and Toga connecting
Hmm.
and you know, the the awkward smile but the happy tears that
Hmm.
Toga's giving when Uraraka tells her that yes, she thinks she's cute.
Hmm.
Um, God, Lady Nagant's shot though at the end of that episode is just ooh, is such a peak freaking moment.
Hmm.
Two flash fires. Oh my God. What else? What other moments? What other moments? There's so many. Oh, I mean, Stars and Stripes fight is phenomenal. It
Hmm.
just fumbles at the like half-yard line with the I'm having an identity crisis, so your quirk didn't work on me.
Yep.
Bullshit. Like I still just okay. Okay, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, episode 2, I don't know if I'm Tenko or Shigaraki or All for One. I don't know. And now you're sitting over here like, oh no, bitch, I'm Shigaraki. Tenko's in there somewhere, but like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. What else? Other, oh my God, the Wounded Hero, Burning Bright and True.
Yeah.
Yep, that he. Okay, to be fair, to be fair, I will give him this feat over All Might. All Might did beat All for One
Hmm.
twice. He never killed him. And Endeavor technically fucking did. He, the only reason he survived is because he rewound himself, but he burned through the last of his life. And so he had to rewind himself. So good on you, Endeavor. That was beautiful. It just,
Pulling out, just at the
the,
last ends,
yep,
fire wings, fire laser eyes, fire
yep,
arms, just at the last end.
yep,
No,
yep.
I love it. I love it. Those are good. Those are fantastic moments. I'm trying to pick different ones. I don't know if this is number one, but he is the main character hasn't been mentioned. Finally seeing the final quirk. That was
That's
crazy.
right. I'm sorry. That's what I left off is yes, the gear shift, having gear shift. Oh,
Yep.
that was beautiful seeing that go off the first time. And he was just wiping the floor with fucking Shigaraki's ass before
Yep.
Monoma, had to blink.
That was crazy. Um, when the whole last Bakugo's last stand, like when he got up and told Blue Jean to take care of the others, in my heart I was like, oh,
Yep.
he's actually gonna die. Like
He's
the
gonna
the
go.
character never says that, and they come out like, all right, and he's just like when he's just walking, he's like, I have to win, don't I, Izuku? And I'm like, oh, he's really gonna die. And when
Yep.
he was mumbling and you just see the genius that he is. Like he memorized Shigaraki's attack pattern, and like he has a quirk awakening too. And then I'm starting to think that One for All is in him for a little bit because his eyes are like the second movie, and I'm like that whole sequence was just absolutely wild. So those, my gosh, these this is seeing Stars and Stripes powers, like seeing like this is what the number one hero in America is capable of, and I'm thinking they're
Yep.
like
I'm
she's.
also not curious how big is the gap between number one and number two? Like how big
Oh,
how
we'll
big
never
is
know
that
because the
gap?
president's never sending them over to help. So, but I'm just like, all right,
Bitch.
this is the
Ask
strongest.
help.
She's not just the strongest woman in the world. She's probably the strongest hero in the world right now.
Yeah.
But
Well, she was. She don't exist no more.
yeah, she's gone. So that one was a top one. You already talked about the Todoroki family. I want to throw in like a small one too, like because again,
I would
it's
say
just because
Monetta's
Monetta's up
moment,
there.
and Jiro's moment as well.
I was gonna throw in the
Just
big
standing
three.
up.
The big three doing that
Yes,
laser cannon, like the three of them.
yes, the plasma cannon.
Yep, those three. And Shigaraki wasn't a test tube villain, that he would be dead.
A test tube villain.
He is. I mean, all his
Yes, he is bioengineered. That's so true. I just, I never would have thought of it that way, and that is so funny.
like
Can you start that hashtag? Like,
test tube villain.
yeah,
I can.
please do.
Um, oof. Like just seeing all that stuff, and then just some other stuff. Shogi. Oh, and I know everyone talks about her because of her looks and her, but the reporter, the random U.S. reporter standing up for All for
Yes,
One, like that was a top moment for me because I'm like, I didn't think I'd see anyone, and she was
on
just
a
what.
solo protest in a different country on a news active news station. Yeah.
Saying one person will make a difference, and obviously because of her appearance, she became a household legend within 15 minutes, and everyone
Yep.
knows her name. But another one because we talked about this on the first episode, and I'm not, and this was a top moment for me because she has gotten a lot of shit on here, but Mina realizing her faults and weaknesses, like that's a because when
Yeah.
she kept going, and we forget earlier in the season, she got confronted with the person who killed Midnight.
Yep.
So like, so
And she
already,
froze and she froze and she
yep,
hesitated and she almost died.
yep.
Red Riot saved her again.
And then she's just like, why is it always me? Why is it like that? Her realization, that her stepping up. I mean, that was there's just so many moments that like specific stuff. You already said All Might powering up, and like we talked about in the first episode, the Ida Shoto Omega Speed
The flight,
combo.
the ice jet. Oh, that was sweet. That was so
Like
sweet.
there's just, and then yeah, Providence Burn, like you already said, is always a great move to be seen. And I, I don't want to give him props, but he made this season too. Every time All for One talked shit throughout the
Shit.
season.
I
Every
know.
time, like the first
Uh,
time when you talked about when he died, he's like, "You guys really thought I was gonna come to a war and I could lose my life not prepared?" Like, and like him calling Jiro Tokoyama X-ray because I thought Jiro died. She got her ear
yeah.
fucking blasted, and
Blasted.
I'm like, "Oh, she's dead. There's blood coming." He's like, "Y'all ain't main characters. You guys are extras." And then he just keeps going and going. Every episode he is in, he steals it with his lines like, "Oh, look, there's the camera people. They're gonna watch you guys fail again."
Again.
Like he made like he was amazing. Like
Yes. Yes.
so
The writing for him, the voice acting for
yes.
him, like the animation throughout this whole season has been beautiful
Yep.
and flawless. The scoring as well,
Yep.
the music.
Yep. They gave Gendo Criminal the Might You song, and you do not get that song unless you're about to do some emotional shit. And like him saving them, I was just like, man, this is getting to me too emotionally. Like this is
Yep.
crazy. Because you
This
don't hear
is
that song unless it's serious shit. So
yep.
I, there's a lot of moments, man. There's a top moment almost in every episode if you
That's
really
what I was
look.
just about to say. Like there literally is a top moment of the season in every episode and multiple in some
Yeah,
episodes. And that's part of why I feel like a very strong argument can be made for this season being the best season of
yeah.
My Hero Academia.
You know, it's kind of crazy. Like we're talking about this recording October 16th. Man, this started May 4th.
Yeah, yeah. We
I
really got it pushed out because of,
The Olympics.
mid season breaks,
Yep.
the Olympics. So thank you, Olympics, for stretching this out for me because like that just means more My Hero
It's funny
for
too
me
because
later.
we even had the four bonus episodes in April, the prequels
Yes,
of
yes.
the four people of Midoriya, of Shigaraki's destructions, Hero's convictions, Toshinori Embers. Like we got all of that stuff back in April.
Hmm.
So it's crazy how it got stretched
It's
up.
been a good year for My Hero Academia.
What was your worst moment, season seven?
As in like I hated it or
Yep,
worst moment is that
as
like
you
it was a
hated it. Like in the moment when you're watching real time, you're like, I can't
Star and
believe it.
Stripe. Star and Stripe.
I'm
My
shocked.
quirk's not working. Yep. No, that's it.
I don't.
That moment pisses me off more than almost anything else. If you name a moment that tops it, I will 100% give it to you. But
I
like,
need the fans to listen to your voice because I'm gonna tell you right now, you sounded more pissed at present Mike than the Stars and Stripes. You were angry on the present Mike one because you're like, he just failed the world. Like, what are we doing? You were pissed. I swear.
I was mad. But that had also just happened. So like with Star and Stripe, we had a few episodes like into it.
Uh-huh.
Whereas that was like a final moment in this like in the segment of what we were reviewing. And I didn't have it like it really like tanked things for me, so I was just extra pissed. But like over the I just I don't like that reasoning. I don't
I
I can
agree.
understand I can understand why President Mike hesitated. I'm pissed that that he
Yeah.
hesitated, but I am more mad at the reasoning behind Star and Stripe losing to Shigaraki is I don't know who I am.
Yeah.
No. No, I needed a better foundation for that fight not to go her way. it needed to not go her way. I completely understand that, unfortunately. But I needed a stronger reason than that, just personally. Like that's I will never get over that.
No, that one's tough. It's just yeah, those would be my top two. It's just a present Mike thing. I'm like, come on, bro, because that changed. Like that put him in the situation now. He hesitates. Toga gets ape shit angry. She gets to
Hmm.
transport. We have Sad Man's Paradise because of President Mike. Even though these are shown off screen, thousands of heroes died. Like they just got
Yeah.
trampled up, or they got
Yep.
burnt because the villains were all able to transport this ruined planet, and that's on him. That was
Yeah.
on him.
Yep. And
So
I know Aizawa isn't going to be this person if, they both survive.
yeah.
But like I feel like Aizawa has to say something to him because you can't just not say, bro, what the fuck? Not unless the only reason I see he wouldn't is if again Aries able to rewind. I'm forgetting his name right now. Their friend, the one that passed away, who's like the main body for Kurogiri.
Mhm.
Um, if she's able to rewind, but I mean he's dead, like his soul's anyway. But like if he could rewind and he does regain his consciousness, and they have their friend back, then I could see Aizawa like being partially grateful that he didn't kill Kurogiri. But yeah, for the sake of, like you said, probably hundreds of people got seriously injured, if not killed,
Hmm.
by that mistake. And I mean, the UA fighting ground almost plummeted to the earth, and Shigaraki's decay would have touched everything, and everything would have been done.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know.
If it wasn't for LeBron and Gentle, it's over.
Yep.
It's over.
And
And Lady
and
Nugget.
yep.
But they didn't
She had to
expect
make
her. That's why I really even though it is her, but like they didn't expect her at all. Like they don't
nope,
even know that she shot the damn thing.
nope.
Like they're just like,
Midoriya just noticed the bullet.
yeah,
Everybody else is like, "What the fuck was that?"
yeah,
I thought it was gonna be what's that teacher's name? Is it Snipe? Is that
yeah.
his name?
Hmm.
I thought it was gonna be him because that's the only like logical is like, oh, somebody with the gun. It's got to be him because I didn't think Lady Nagat survived. I
Oh, yeah.
I
She
really
got put
didn't.
into Melter as a toaster as a warning
Mhm.
shot. Like y'all, you thought I was gonna give you an extra quirk and not have a repercussion if you don't beat Midoriya? That was
Yeah,
season. That was crazy. But no, those. Yeah, the two were like final. I'm just like, dang. So if UA didn't drop, I just wonder where they would have sent those two. Like,
yeah,
what was the original? Because they didn't expect UA to drop. Like, what was
right.
the original plan?
Well, La Brava was definitely always going to be where she was because she needed
Yes.
to take out skeptics like hacking.
Yes.
She needed to hack the hacker.
Yep.
And honest, that's okay. That's another low
That's a
key
good
honorable
moment.
mention top
That's a good
moment
moment.
is is him having PTSD from the time she hacked him the first time
Yep.
with
That's
the
top.
fucking cat. Oh man, that was adorable. Anyway, but she always had to be in the command center, command room to handle that. For Gentle, I wonder if they would have preferred him to be at the not Dobby's fight, but honestly, I wonder if they would have wanted him at Gigantomachia because like
They should have sent his
it,
ass to the hospital because God, remember when you were like, oh, maybe that's only like when you're like, wait, did that say 10,000 to like 250? Like I was like, oh yeah, they were very outnumbered over there.
yeah. Yeah, that's a really good one because again, he makes the air like rubber.
Hmm.
So he could have put up a partial shield around the hospital
Yep.
or Kurogiri.
Yep.
But although, I mean, that shield's not going to protect from sound waves, so the hand thing would have still worked. But yeah, there would have definitely been a really good place for him. And I was also thinking with Gigantomachia in the sense of he can again put up those bouncy things, and so Gigantomachia runs into them and he bounces back. So like to kind of keep him contained if he got out,
Yeah.
along with Mount Lady.
She sucks. She is terrible.
She well, they had to make a comment about her giant ass in the first episode, and so her giant ass just keeps getting beat.
Every time. She gets
Yep.
smoked. I know All For One put everyone in the ground, but her side's bleed. She's bleeding out too. I'm like,
Yep.
Jeez, it's just bad. She can't win a fight.
I also am low key noticing that all the women just have to get injured to their like sides, which is weird. And I feel like there aren't that many female superheroes that we've seen, and almost all of them are at the near the brink of death. Like
Well, Momo has it. Well, I mean, she's struggling right now, like, but she's never been like,
that's just because she's on the floating
yeah.
uh pyramid and she's, running out of lipids. I'm still waiting for the day that they finally like cognitively realize that boobs are made of lipids. And so why can't she keep going until her boobs are basically deflated?
I don't know. I don't know.
And
But
no,
I'm
you
so,
we do know it's called fan service. They won't do it. They won't do it, but technically
I
speaking,
don't. I mean, there's been top lady people who haven't had the size of boobs as like if they really wanted
oh
to, they
no, I
could
know.
do it.
I'm just saying that they aren't going to take them away for the purpose of being able to use her powers. They're not going to let them go from what they were to nothing.
Is she? I was gonna say, is
My
she
thing, so
popular
for like
enough?
for her like upgrade, most likely is she would be able to suddenly be able to use like half the amount of lipids that she needs to make something. So then she's
Mhm.
able to make twice the shit with the same amount of lipids that she was making
Wow.
before.
Wow.
That's how I imagine her upgrade would be.
I just don't think she's unfortunately important enough to get a quirk awakening at this
Oh no,
point in
she's not.
time.
She's definitely not. But again, I'm just throwing out there that
Which
if they would
is weird for me to say because Mina got one over Momo, which is wild. Because I
true,
would never have expected Mina of all
no,
people to get a quirk awakening scene
true,
and the scenes that she got. So yeah, anything could happen, but I just feel like at this point now we're down the whole last season eight, which they already announced is the final season. It's two fights. It's Midori and
yeah,
Shigaraki and All for One and All Might. And obviously Midori and Shigaraki have been fighting, but while they've been fighting, they've been pretty welly too, closing up the other side fights. So
right,
once we get to that, it's just the main two. Who's coming
yep,
out on top? And like so
right. And
yeah.
which, to be fair, there is a possibility one of these fights is realistically a draw in the sense that
Yeah.
nobody wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
How do you write that?
I mean,
Well, we know it's been, but how you gonna present that? Like when it gets animated, because people are gonna be pissed. Like the anime only watchers like ourselves are gonna be like, "How is this a draw? The world's still at risk."
right.
Like Shigaraki has to die. He has to die. I don't see Midoriya.
Well, and okay, and I wonder if so since I guess part of the reason I do really like like I said, the girl's ego, although technically this part happens in the episode after, again, Battle Without a Quirk,
Mhm.
where Toga's doing the self-sacrificing thing and she's potentially going to die so Uraraka can live. Again, I don't think Shigaraki would do that, but it kind of gives her an out in the sense of like I get to live the way I want to, like I said I would. I don't get captured. I don't have to like quote unquote face justice in the traditional sense, but I'm doing what I want and that's the end of it. So that was a really clever workaround. And it, to me, the way it was written did make sense. To me, it didn't feel forced that it was like, oh, I'm only going to give you this stuff. That way I can, get out of getting in trouble or like going to jail. It was, I want to do this. And in the extra benefit of me wanting to do this is it's still in line with what I've always been saying since I joined the League of Villains is I'm going to live the way I want to live and I'm going to do things the way I want to do things for the people I love.
Yeah.
So I feel like for Shigaraki, I wonder if they'll twist kind of the meaning of him wanting to destroy everything into like destroying everything about the way he viewed the world as it was instead of, the physical actual world. Because of course, there has to be a happy ending in the sense that the good guys win. Like point blank period. We know they have to win somehow. But how do they win? And
Hmm.
that is the question because I don't know. I have not had the ending spoiled for me. I haven't. Thank God.
I would say too, I think people are getting tired of the let's try and reform the bad guy, blah blah blah. They're like, dude, he's evil. Let's it's time to kill him. Like
So,
I
and that's
think
the thing is, I think technically the sacrificial lamb for those sentiments is All for One, because All for One is the only one that has, even when he's given his backstory, there is nothing redeeming about him. He's just like, I like that the demon lord got to control everything, and yeah, so what? The good guy won in the end, but like, he got to do whatever the fuck he wanted, and I'll just make sure that I don't get beat. There's nothing sympathetic about him.
I
The
don't
only
know.
thing that was human about him as a person before he merged with Shigaraki was that he cared about his younger brother. That was it.
I just because I know I've seen people say it was just like, yeah, we're tired of the reform bad guys. Sometimes you just they gotta go. Like not everything has to be the Naruto formula. Like we're trying to reform. Even the Naruto thing, they had to kill some people. Like
Yep.
they had to kill some. Pain is dead. Madara
He's
is
dead.
dead. Kaguya got sealed, aka dead. Like sometimes the talking gets to a point, but you're like, if this person lives and keeps, then there's no way on this planet Earth that if Shigaraki lives, the United Nations and them are all gonna be like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Even though they're
True.
being class A hoes, they're gonna be
Yep.
like, nah, he needs to die.
Yeah.
Because he's not the second main character. He's not any of that stuff. He's the main villain. Like it's not the same situation where Sasuke got saved because his best friend became the hero of the world and his teacher became the Hokage. Nah, dude,
Yeah.
there's no one gonna be able. You've killed too many people. Like you gotta go.
Yeah.
Where we got
Yeah.
some, I know some people. We got to stop this shit because in a couple of months we're gonna start talking about how Musa needs to stay alive to redeem himself. And I know people are getting sick of this. They're like, no, let's start killing these bad. They're bad for a reason. We love to
Right.
hate them because they're bad.
Right.
Like I'm so
Yeah.
mad
No, I
he killed my sheer shield hero for no reason. Like, and then
he
took the
what?
yeah he killed the shield with the dude who protected Azawa in season 6, like the shield guy.
Oh, yes,
He
yes,
killed
yes.
him
I'm
for
sorry.
no
I
reason.
true. Absolutely fucking true. I'm sorry when you said killed the shield hero, I was thinking the anime
Oh,
Rise of
no,
Shield
no, no,
Hero,
no,
and I
no,
was like,
no.
wait, what?
No,
Somebody killed him?
they already
I was
got
like, my bad,
bankrupt.
my bad.
But speaking of that, since he killed him and did trigger something of a top moment for me is when they were in um the Todoroki episode, I am
Mhm.
here and the infiltrators are all doing that stuff in the buildings collapsing. You see one of the retired heroes come out and like,
Yeah,
stop it and he just the body moved on his own. It's kind of cool. Flashback. He was there when Midoriya
when
ran to go
Midoriya did
save.
it, he's from the very first
Yeah.
episode. Yeah, he's one of the first heroes we see other than Mount Lady.
Yeah, man retired
Um,
because this shit was season 6 was too much. And I don't blame any of those people for retiring because this shit was terrible.
it was a tough time. It was a rough time. They had a lot of mental anguish, emotional anguish, not to mention like that's just on their own. I'm not even at that point factoring in the vitriol and hatred that they were getting spewed towards them and distrust
That's still
spewed
my
towards
favorite
them from
picture
the
of
public.
Uraraka ever in season 6
Yes,
when she has the blood and she's looking and seeing like all destruction, like, oh my gosh. And she's hearing the people behind her, like, this is too, I'm quitting being a hero today.
right. And all the cries for help and
Hmm.
it wasn't she thinking there's not enough heroes and then
Yeah.
Bro was literally like I'm hanging it up today.
Yep.
And in the
Yep.
next episode the start is literally his uniform in the trash.
Yep. Like that. So seeing him call back to that, how he's just a civilian, just in the place, and his body moved on his own. So that was cool. But now, like we already said, they season 8 is next year, 2025. It is over.
Yep.
We don't
Yep.
know when. Maybe we'll get more information actually in December on Jump Festa because a lot of the top animes are going to be there. So maybe they'll say when
Mhm.
they're doing it. But
Cool.
are you shocked that they are going season and not going for big money movie?
No. I think I think for them it's smarter to go season because then they would most likely be directly competing with the Demon Slayer movie at the same time. I don't think they want to do that. And I also think, again, my guesstimation, as I threw in the last podcast where we were talking about the movie, just no. or was it when we were talking? It's been a long night. Anyway, I threw it out there on one of the previous podcasts, where I think there's going to be at least 12 episodes. And yeah, you can do 12 episodes in a movie. Obviously, Mugen Train did it, but I think they really want to build out the suspense and really.
Wouldn't that be the shortest My Hero season ever? Because he's
It would, but I don't know that there's enough content left for 24 episodes, 20 episodes. So that's why
so
I'm saying 12.
so the final chapter would have to be its own episode.
Okay.
So it's just like when everything is dust settled, funerals, all that, time skip, any of that bullshit. So that has to be one episode in itself.
Yeah.
So that'd be
I just don't know
one.
how many volumes are between where we left off in the anime to the final chapter of the manga. Like,
They
I
put
don't know.
they put so many, it's like 3 to 4 manga chapters an episode. That's why the shit goes so fast because it's so many.
Right.
But and then they could add anime exclusive content. They could add extra stuff to the fight like other
They
animes
right.
do.
They
So
definitely could. That's true. That's true. That they add more fight sequences that wasn't
mhm.
included in the manga.
More dialogue, more backstory. Like they got time. They've told us this is it, so they're gonna go.
They're gonna go all out, and
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. I'm just saying minimum 12 episodes minimum. Because I know some people I've talked to were really concerned that there wouldn't be enough content left and it would make more sense to do a movie, but I don't think so.
Oh
And
no,
I'm
though.
glad, and I'm glad that's not the route that we're going. I'm glad.
I was a little shocked because I was shocked that they announced it so early because I did
Me
say like,
too. I was surprised that they announced it before the season was over.
I said
And
this is it.
I wonder if they had planned to announce it at this time before they realized how much it was going to be pushed back by the Olympics.
Maybe they felt like they were locked in because you don't make that announcement unless the head people or like give you the go ahead to tweet it out or you tweet it out. So I was like, all right. I was like, I know eight's going to be the last one. And
Hmm.
then, but I thought things would change because, again, Demon Slayer changed the game with Mugen Train and they're doing their final seasons and movies. So it's
Yep.
like, you see that money opportunity. I was like, are you going to, I mean, you were here before Demon Slayer anime wise, and are you going to follow suit? But you said season. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Now it's just like, when do you come out? It's not going to be January 2025.
Can't be.
Is it going to be, are you going to be the spring show? Because we don't have Demon Slayer in the spring. We don't know when any of those movies are coming out. So that's
We
still
don't.
TBD. So like, are you going to do fall again? Are you going to do like a May? Are you going to do summer? Are you going to do October? Like, it depends on how many episodes you are. Are you going to go all the episodes straight? Is it going to be like we get the episodes of All Might, All for One's Final Fight, boom, boom, boom. Then we take
And
a
then there's
couple
a
week high,
pause.
like,
Yep.
and then we do Midori. Like, what are you guys gonna do? Like, I'm so intrigued because even though Demon Slayer's thing is in the movies, you're still competing with all the other animes, and you got to pick your time slots with everyone.
Yep.
Like, I'm just curious when they're gonna do it, fall or winter.
I'm voting summer. I'm
Summer,
voting that
I
they're going to
that would
do
be
is,
cool.
yeah, I'm voting that they kind of shoot for the same time frame again, like May, June.
Like, are they gonna try and find like a sentimental date to start? Like, are they gonna be like, oh, this was when the first
First
episode came out,
episode dropped.
or this was
Ooh,
the
let's find out
day.
when that was. Let's find
Go
out.
ahead.
Go
Or are
ahead.
they gonna do this was the first episode where Shigaraki and Midoriya met face to face, their anniversary. So that's why we're dropping it on this day. Like, I'm so intrigued on when they're gonna do it. So, and I've never seen an anime and manga finish like this before, side by side. Like the
Right.
manga ends in
So
2024,
close.
anime
Yeah.
ends in 2020. Like, there've never been anyone like this lockstep and key.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. So what I just looked up, it says Izuku Midoriya Origin sub. Oh, that might be the dub release. I don't know why it gave me the dub release, but according to this, sub slash dub released on March 1st, 2020. What the hell? 2022. That's not true. What the hell? What is this? What information are y'all giving me? This makes no sense.
Oh shit. The original air date for Midoriya stuff was April 3rd, 2016.
Thank you. I was like, that makes no sense. It was first written in 2014 and it started almost 10 years ago. Like, yeah,
So what would April 3rd, 2025 be?
April 3rd, 2025 is going to be a Thursday.
So maybe that's Saturday.
Maybe that Saturday the 5th.
If they want to do it the 8 year anniversary, like maybe throwing it, we're the first ones throwing it out there. Potential, we'll see.
We
And
will.
and that came out in English on May 5th, 2018. That's a 2 year gap before it came out in English. But now they're all caught up. Like it's gonna be a wild ride. Like final season of this, we just had the manga, Demon Slayer, final movies. Like who knows how they're spreading those out? Like Jujutsu Kaisen, they just finished their
Yeah,
manga, so who knows when they say, yeah, season 3 or 4, that's our final season. Like who knows? But
right. It's going to be coming soon because there was just an announcement about I think season 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Not when
mhm,
it's coming out, but that it's coming.
it's coming. Yep, so
Yeah.
we're in a great spot. I mean, it's gonna be weird though. Like
What
once
what
the
am I going to do?
final
What am I going to be the
episode,
enthusiast for after My Hero, guys?
that's the thing. But once that final episode actually hits, it's gonna be like, oh my gosh.
It's
One,
over.
this is the final episode. Two, it's over. Three, I can't believe 8 years just flew by.
Right. I mean, it for me, of course I can't say for sure, but I feel like I'm going to have similar feelings about it as watching like the final fight and final episodes of Naruto.
hmm This is a lot of people's generations of Nard. Like this was the one they watched from middle, high school, college up, like that they
Hmm.
followed. So I agree. I mean, with your stuff, you're gonna be going back to like you can go back to the case studies.
Oh man, gotta love the case studies. Best episodes seems like longevity wise, and can't Martin can't stop harking back to my questioning All Might's decision to be the symbol, whether or not it was
Uh-huh.
good or a hindrance in the long run
Yep.
to hero society. But it was a great episode, and I gladly claim the idea for that one because we all know if y'all have been following me, you hear me say I'm not very inventive, and some of my case studies feel like meh, but that one I will hang my hat on probably forever.
You did have the Todoroki family dynamic. That one was a
That was a good one too.
very complex one. Like you had pen and paper for that, like breaking
Oh,
the
we
family.
we we were breaking that down, and that was early on too. Because what season were we on by that point? Four, five?
Yeah, didn't even know he was Toya.
No,
That's
not
how
for
far
sure.
back. Yeah, not for sure,
Not for
just
sure.
rumored.
We Yep. Yep. Oh
So
God.
when it's all epilogue, you could follow up on that.
Maybe I can just write a My Hero like epilogue fan fiction and
You
start a book
could.
series.
You could start a blog.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, with
Too
that.
much
But
writing.
I do think that one of my things that I think about with going forward when this is over, or maybe when we're waiting for season 8, it could be either or. We talked about it in the second episode where All Might was pointing your next, and obviously to us and to him, he
He knew.
show wise he was talking about Midoriya, but obviously the villain Dark Might was thinking he was talking about him.
Hmm.
But now if you do it in a macro thing, now we could throw Dark Might in there too. Now seeing the movie, like who really is the closest to
All Might.
like All Might, like that you're next. Who is that really to? Like now that's one I would really want to do about because you obviously have Midoriya, you have Bakugo, you have Lemillion,
Yep.
and now with all the stuff we know, you have Star and Stripe. That could have been directed to her. She could have saw that and be like, "I'll take up your mantle, Master." She could have done
Yeah.
it. Dark
Yep.
Might. Like now, I'm just thinking like, so who really is the closest to the symbol piece when you bring in all those? Because there have been context and text said about all of those people. Obviously, Midoriya is
Yep.
the main character, got the thing. I mean,
As
Azawa
as
is
it's
not
been
saying.
shaping up, honestly, as it's been shaping up, even in these final episodes of this season,
Mhm,
he's really pointing it out there. Especially in the movie, I feel like it's a theme that really hit
yep,
hard on, and I'm sorry we didn't really like nail it down in the podcast about the movie,
mhm,
but it's really nailing it down that your next is about the next generation.
yep,
It's not about just you, and it's
yep.
not just about Midoriya, and for good reason, obviously.
But it's like those are the closest people to being the number one. Like I mean, Azawa doesn't give people compliments. This man was
No.
saying he knows all the heroes in the world, and he
Yes,
was
he
saying
does.
Lemillion was the closest. So it's like
Closest.
And then obviously Midoriya, then Baku, and when Bakugo was about to get smoked, and then he was just like, "So I've never seen him beg." He's like, "Someone please go help him. He's gonna be number one day." Like, and then obviously Night Eye worked with All Might, and he worked. He's like, so it's just like, so who really is the closest? Like, if all those people saw that you're next pointing at the same exact time, who got motivated the most to actually to do it?
Do it. Yeah.
So that's something to think about and talk about later on, because each person has a claim to that. And then it's even Endeavor, like, all right, I'm shit, I'm number two in Japan, so there's only one spot up. I'm moving, and the way I don't like, obviously he was pissed the way he got it because he got off the retirement, but
Yep.
so it's just like so many people have a claim to that thing for their own reasons or whatever. So that's a good one to think about going forward. But Andrew, anything else on season seven? I
Oh,
mean, this
season
is
seven.
technically, if we don't do any case studies for the year,
Before the end of the year. This would be
this
the
is your
last My
last
Hero.
episode. This is your last My Hero episode until to be determined.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll definitely have to do like something. We'll have to do something before the end of the year because I can't just go, three podcasts in one night and then quit cold turkey for the rest of the year. That's just not happening.
Or, I mean,
Um,
yeah, you got the rest of the year or until if My Hero doesn't have a definitive date when they come back, you're just gonna be sitting in your rocker like, oh man, I haven't talked about My Hero since October. What's
I'm gonna start itching. I'm gonna start like what's happening? Why
yeah.
why am I anxious all the time? Anyway,
Hmm.
season seven, freaking bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo. Like it took us through the highs and the lows on a roller coaster that made a lot of sense along the way, other than again, my pit stop star and stripe bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway, it really took us along, and I feel like again, we're back on the upswing, but we're on an upswing in a way that almost I don't want to say bittersweet because it's not that it's bitter that, those chapters are closed. It's bitter in the sense of we feel it lurching towards the very end of the ride. Um, I'm I'm very excited and nervous to see how it does wrap up because I have heard rumors that people don't like the ending,
Oh,
and I'm
they are
disappointed to
they
hear
are
that.
just
Um, and I'm hoping it's, maybe being overly critical or maybe it needed something that it'll get in the animated version, like maybe a little more dialogue, or maybe the music will help, or I don't know. It could also
no.
just be that some people don't appreciate its literary value
Yeah.
to the story versus just how they would prefer it end.
They now that part has been like I know people are mad because it's a big speaking part of this fandom. They're mad that the one of the things about the ending doesn't tell you who is with who. Like once
Okay,
they're done. And people
and
are and the fact that you're mad that this uh, person put 10 years of his life into this great manga and you're mad because you don't know if your ship was confirmed. Come on.
well, and here's my bit to that is because as somebody who really gets into ships and enjoys shipping them, of course, I'm not crazy about it. Like I know some people are, but
Yeah,
like
you're not
it
asking
is like a
Midoriya
nice
at Comic
it's
Cons about it. You're not that crazy.
yeah, it's a nice little thing to have at the end. But truly, guys, like people who are that upset about the ships not being confirmed would also be the same people who are, you know, coming for blood if their ship wasn't confirmed. Like if it's the Bakudeku people, like if he was confirmed with Uraraka, they would be livid. So for some couples to not be confirmed, honestly allows you to keep shipping in your imagination
Yeah.
forever. Like that's kind of the beauty of the open-ended like plus okay, this is an anime and it is like an idealized world per se, quote unquote. Most people, sorry guys, don't end up with their high school sweethearts. I hate to break it to you.
Well, they weren't the only like My Hero was getting shit on for their ending. Jujutsu Kaisen was getting shit on for ending because people expect something and if they don't get that, then they're like,
Yeah.
"What the
I
hell?"
I will say that for Jujutsu Kaisen, I don't I have not read it. I'm not even caught up on the anime. I'm currently working on getting caught up on the anime. I just don't understand how that story could be fully fleshed out that quickly. Like I just feel like something has to be left on the table. And I don't know. I don't know what the ending is. I could very well be prejudging a little too hard, but that's where I feel like there hasn't been enough content to, but whatever. I'm prejudging, and that's bad. And maybe that's a random little one-off for me being a JJK like apologist after finishing and realizing it is all wrapped up pretty with the bow. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll
We will
see.
find out, to be
Yeah,
determined.
it's just, everyone expects something. Not you don't get what you
Want, yeah.
expected in the ending. Like, shoot, if you like shoot, when you read Naruto, Naruto ends with Naruto giving Sasuke the headband.
Yeah,
Like, and you don't even, if you don't watch it, you don't even realize the motherfucker becomes Hokage and like he has a kid and he finally marries. You don't get that shit unless you watch the damn movie.
yeah.
Like,
That and I think is it the Sasuke Hiden
yep.
manga gets
Hmm.
into the couples? Yeah.
Yeah. So like you don't get that like it's like, oh, here's the headband. We're both ninja. Story over.
We
Like
start
we're friends again.
Yep. Yep.
Like
That's true. And
it's all
true.
right. I mean, not everyone gets the ending they want, but you just gotta appreciate like we got this 10 years of a ride. So,
Yeah, we did.
but yeah, with that being said, man, season 7, like you said, fantastic. For all those people, I know we talked shit about them last year, but for all those people who got off because season 5 was quote unquote boring and didn't see the greatness that was coming, you could still hop on. Now you're in a spot where you could binge watch season 6 and 7 in a row. Like that's a lot. Like that's some high drama if you want to watch six and
Oh
seven in a
yeah.
row.
Ooh,
And then,
yes.
but yeah, again, all those people who said My Hero fell off in season 5, it's looking like you lost that argument, buds.
It's hilarious because actually thinking about it seems to be a habit of mine to make sure that whoever is in my life is involved in anime at some level. I literally pulled people in right at season 5, the beginning of season 6. Like season 6 was about to drop, and I was like, "You fell off? No, no, no! You are catching the fuck up, and you are gonna know."
Oh yeah, I mean
And
it's
they were appreciative. That's all that matters.
6 was. I mean, I would even say 5. Like when you see like the episode of Hawks and Endeavor when he gives them the book, like, hey, war's coming. You need to
Yep,
get the group ready. There's traitors amongst like me just seeing the traitors, like that stuff excited me. It's like, dude, this is the episode, this is the season to get you to the war.
yep,
Just be
yep.
patient. And once we got
Right.
there, war, vigilante Deku, Bakugo's apology, Uraraka's determination, like we got all
Yeah,
that
yep,
shit. And then
yep.
season 7, like I couldn't imagine sitting there and doing a 24-hour just watch 6 and 7 all in a row.
I was just thinking that when you brought that up as an option, I was like, holy shit, I haven't. I can binge. Oh, that's gonna be like a next like 3 day weekend where I'm just hauled up in my apartment, not doing anything. Where I'm just sitting and watching the entirety of season 6 and 7 together. But now also with season 6 and 7 together, from start to finish, Martin, watching the entire series. And
Hmm.
then after next year, by the end of next year, by Christmas next year, you can sit and watch the
The whole
entirety of my
series
year, the whole thing. Oh my God, the
un
whole thing.
uninterrupted. You don't have to wait next week for the episodes to drop live in Japan. Like you'll be able to watch them all in a row. You'll
Oh
be
my
able to
God.
you will be able to say probably with the first of the new gen, like I'm able to do a whole My Hero rewatch.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, because I mean, what other new gen is finished?
Because
Black
this,
Clover's still going.
yeah, they're in their
Um,
final stuff. This started in 2016, so like no, this would be the first.
yeah, yeah. Oh my God.
Hmm. Hmm.
Wow.
Well.
Well,
With that being said, thank you everyone listening to our talk about season 7. Fantastic season. And hey, take the idea. Watch season 6 and 7 in a row. If you're really frisky, watch half of season 5 where Endeavor gets the stuff from Hawks about a war coming. Watch that part, then all the way through 6 and 7, like to get into the war, and then just think of like you're gonna want more. And we don't
it's
know when
coming.
it's coming. We don't know when we'll be back with the next My Hero pod, but maybe we'll see season 8 announcement. Maybe we'll see, but we'll figure something out.
For
With that
sure.
being said, thank you all for following us throughout season 7. This has been a joy. It's been must see TV every week that this episode My Hero's been on. We appreciate you guys following us again through another season, and this will
We'll be back.
this will be the first podcast on the L7C that will get to wrap up an anime.
Oh my God.
hmm This will be the first one.
Oh, wow. Well, don't I feel honored? We're gonna do it right. Honestly, I feel like for the last episode, we should get everybody who, this is just a random spitball, but we should get everyone who watches My Hero on that final episode that we
Yeah.
talk about, like the finale episode.
Yeah. Keep that in the back pocket. Keep that as an idea when we get to that point. But
For
yeah, you'll
sure.
be the first one from a new gen from yeah to conclude.
Wow. Pressure. Talk about
It
pressure. Thanks,
is.
guys.
Thank you. L7C signing out. Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.